Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful little Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line of your lineage goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Hey, Shalom. It's your brother Halakia from the GMS Denver camp coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah with another lesson. And before we get into these scriptures, I want to pull a definition. And the definition is this. It's cataclysm.
Cataclysm.
Right? Cataclysm, right? And it says what? A large scale and violent event in the natural world. And this large scale and violent event that's going to take place in this world in these times is what? The destruction of the land of America by way of 200 million thermonuclear warheads. You see? And when you get into some of the similar words, it says what? Disaster, catastrophe, calamity, tragedy, act of God. And that's exactly what this is going to be. Because this is how the Most High ordained this land known as America to go out. It's going to suffer the same fate as Sodom and Gomorrah before it. Death by fire and brimstone. You see? Why? For all the wickedness that goes on here in this place, man. You see? And the number one reason is for what? For what you've done unto the Most High's people. Us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites, man. You see? So it says what? Devastation, crisis, Holocaust. Woo! Woo! Holocaust is what? Destruction or slaughter on a mass scale, especially caused by fire or nuclear war. And that's exactly what's coming, man. Man, that's exactly what's coming. Let's start off with this. Let's get Isaiah 9. Isaiah 9 and 5, it says what? For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Because this is how this third world war is going to be fought. Nuclear fire, man. Nuclear war. You see, it's going to be an actual Holocaust. You see? A great cataclysm is about to take place in this planet Earth according to the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And the land of America is going to be burned up and the inhabitants thereof with it, man. You see? Now, I wanted to start in here in Revelation 18 in verse 21 because it says what? And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And that great city known as Babylon is talking about the land of America. America is Babylon the Great. America is about to suffer this great fate and great destruction that the Most High has ordained to befall it, man. You see, fire is coming. And it's going to be very, very violent, man, just like the definition told us. This is a cataclysm, man. An act of the Most High. You see? A major act of the Most High. A destruction the world has never seen before. And not even the flood compares to what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is about to do here in this land, man. You see? Let's get another one. Revelation 11 and 13, it says what? And the same hour was there a great earthquake. Matter of fact, Revelation 11 and 12, it says what? Because this is what's going to happen with the remnant when it begins to go down. Revelation 11 and 12 says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Because what? The elect is going to be saved from this great destruction that's coming to this place, man. They're going to be beamed up into the heavens and into a chariot, which you people know as a so-called UFO or UAP. You see, the elect is going to be taken up into that to escape this destruction that's going to befall this place. You see, and when the elect is taken up, what's going to happen? Verse 13. And the same hour there were and the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. The 10th part of the city is talking about the complete destruction of this land known as America. Because when you go to Google and search up 10 FEMA regions, you will see America is divided into 10 parts. And this entire place is going to be engulfed in fire according to prophecy, man. You see? It says what? And in the earthquake were slain of 7,000 men. And 7,000 just means a complete number, because everyone who's left on the soils of America, when these missiles start to hit, you're going to be destroyed. If you're not a part of the remnant of the nation of Israel, if you're not taken up into those chariots to escape this destruction, you are going to be a part of these men who are slain in this great fire that the Most High is going to send. It says what? And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High, to the power of heaven. And why? Because like the Apostle Peter tells us, the righteous shall scarcely be saved, man. That's why the remnant is going to be affrighted. Going to be beaten up at the heavens, rejoicing, shedding tears, and praising the Lord, man. For Lord willing, we be a part of that number, for saving us from this great cataclysm that he's about to conduct in the earth. You see? Now let's get a few prophecies to show you what's about to happen. Matter of fact, to show you what's about to happen, let's get Malachi. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Malachi. Where you at? Malachi 4:1. It says what? The final admonition, or the final warning. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and that day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Do you hear that? Everybody that mocks and scoffs and talks shit to the men of the Lord, look, man, you're gonna get caught up in this, because these people really don't believe that this event can take place. That can never happen. No one will ever shoot nuclear missiles on America. Well, you're about to find out. You see, because according to the Most High's will, that's exactly what's about to happen. To destroy you wicked people, man. You see, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is about to make an example out of the land of America and the people that dwell here. You see? Let's get one of my favorites, man. This is Salakia. This is Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13 and 17, it says what? Babylon, matter of fact, whew, there it is. Man. Yeah. Matter of fact, Isaiah 13 and 5, it says what? They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. You hear that? You see? This is America's fate. And everyone who's here, you're going to partake in that fire, man, if you're not a part of the remnant of Israel. The weapons that come from a what? That come from a far land is what? These nuclear missiles. Hence why they've been deemed what? Intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. It tells us this. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. It tells us this here in 2nd Esdras, real quick. Come on, man. 2nd Esdras 16. Let me see. Yep. 2nd Esdras 16 and 12, it says what? The earth quaketh, and the foundation thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. And the fishes thereof also, before the Lord and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. The bow represents the missile silos, man. You see? The place where these missiles rest until it's time for them to be used. It says what his arrows that he shooteth are sharp. Those arrows once again represent the ICBMs. Now listen, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Now we know that you cannot shoot a actual arrow from one end of the earth to the other. This is how we know it's not talking about actual arrows. There is no way possible that that can be done. What it is talking about, though, are these ICBMs, these intercontinental ballistic missiles. Let me rephrase it. Hypersonic intercontinental ballistic missiles being shot from one continent to another. Say from Russia to the land of America, or from England to the land of America, from India to the land of America, from Iran to the land of America. That's what it means, man. And will not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. What's the furthest west you can go? The land of America, man. This is the end of the world. This is where the sun sets, man. And this is the place where the majority of these missiles are gonna land in. And they will not miss. And the Most High tells you that in the book of Joel chapter 2. You see? Verse 17 says what? Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. And those plagues are talking about those ICBMs, because that's the final plague. Death by way of fire, man. Verse 15, the fire is kindled, and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. And like the Apostle Peter also told us that what? The element shall melt with fervent heat. How is that going to be done? By way of thermonuclear fire. That's how. And it's going to burn up everything in this place. How you see this place being, how you see this place built up now? Apartment complexes all over the place, skyscrapers. You see national landmarks, the Rocky Mountains and the Grand Canyon. All that shit is going to be erased as if it never was, man. And all of you people with it. Completely burned up by way of this fire that's coming. Behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Did we not just read that in Malachi 4:1? You see? This will be the great cataclysm, man. It says what? Verse 15. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation thereof of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that are sent upon the earth shall not return again. There it is. You see, because once these things are shot, they're going to do what they were created to do. Like the scriptures tell us, the Most High has made the wasted to destroy, man. That's what these nuclear missiles are meant to do. You thought they were just meant to be sitting up in these silos forever? Agent, no. The Most High has these things being developed to fulfill his will, to fulfill his purposes. And his purpose is to destroy America, man. So all of you people who are in the spirit of God bless America, you got it wrong, man. This place was never blessed. This place is being cursed from the beginning. And you're going to witness that once the entire world watches this place burn. You see? So, matter of fact, verse 17 says what? Woe is me who will deliver me in those days. And we understand now, man. If we be a part of that number, Yahweh Shah is going to deliver us from this great destruction that's coming. You see? So back into Isaiah 13:5, it says what? They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. You see that? The Most High has it out for this place. The entire land of America is going to be engulfed in fire, man. Best believe it. Judgment day of Yahweh. You see that? Judgment on the day of Yahweh. Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand, and it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. You see that? All these people in that spirit, when we tell you about the fate of them, oh, God wouldn't do that. Well, you're not reading the Bible then. And if you're reading, you're not reading it with the proper understanding. The Most High he is prophesied that he is going to destroy this land, and he's been intent to do that from the beginning of creation, man. That's the only reason this land is being set up the way it's being set up, to receive destruction. And the majority of you people here have been fated to partake in that destruction. Verse 7 says, verse 7 says what? Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, pains and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Behold, their faces shall be as flames. You see? This is what's coming, man. Great judgment and punishment by way of fire. 9. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and to destroy the sinners thereof out of it. You hear that? So that cuts that bullshit that you Christians always spew of God hates the sin but loves the sinner. No, that's not written nowhere in the scriptures, man. It says what? He will destroy the sinners thereof out of it. You see that? So I want to get a word real quick. Let's get this word for desolation. Matter of fact, let's see what it says in the blue letter. Desolation. Oh yeah. Shema. Waste, horror, appallment, a waste of land, city, and it's going to be the entire land of America, man. Let's get where was it? Damn. Yeah, right here. Let's look it up. Let's get the other one. There we go. Says what? Barren, bleak, stark, bare, dismal, grim, desert, waste. That's what America's gonna become. It's gonna be the giant wasteland in the earth, man. Where only desert creatures are gonna dwell. Oh man, let's get to the verb. It says devastate, ravage, ruin, make, leave, desolate. Make or leave desolate, leave in ruins, destroy, wreck, lay to waste, wreak havoc on, level, raise. Happy is he that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us, right? You was like, you Edomites was out there talking about raise it during the time of the Babylonians burning up our temple. You see? Guess what? That same fate is about to come unto your precious land of America, man. Let's see if you're proud to be an American in that day. It says what? Demolish, wipe out, obliterate, annihilate, gut, depopulate, empty, depredate. You see? This is what's coming to the land of America, man. It says what? So Isaiah 13:9. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Verse 10. For the stars of heaven and their consolation thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not give her light to shine. You see that? Because, hey, it's going to be a dark, dark day, man. You're going to have Yahweh Shah overhead with that gigantic chariot blocking out the lights. It's going to be smoke rising up from this land from all the things that are burning here by way of this nuclear fire. It's going to be complete hell in the earth, man. It says what? Verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. So all that shit talking and mocking that you're doing, you see, toward the men of the Lord, you're going to be repaid for that during this great time of judgment. You people are going to be humbled greatly. I ain't trying to put your hands on the prophets, and we know that's just going to continue to ramp up. You see, so when this destruction finally comes, the Most High is going to be fully justified in melting your ass, man. You see? Verse 12 says, well, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And that's talking about the men of the Lord, because we're the only ones who are going to be built to endure this time, man. You see, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah for you women, Hey, we're gonna be on the way up off this God-forsaken land, man. You see, gonna be a rare commodity when all this is going on. Verse 13 says what? Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place. This is the type of destruction that the Most High is about to bring to the earth. The earth, it also tells you that the earth is going to reel to and fro. The Most High is going to shake the earth, man. That's why you're going to have all type of tidal waves going on when the destruction happens. You see? New land masses are rising out of the depths of the sea. The continent is going to be moved. It tells you that the islands are going to move. The islands are going to be moved out of their places, man. So when we finally remap the earth, once we start getting everything set up in the earth, we get the maps redrawn. The way you see the globe now, it won't be that way once the destruction is finished, man. You see, the earth is gonna have a completely different layout from this destruction that the Most High is about to bring. It says, verse 14, and it shall be as a chased roe, and as the sheep that no man taketh up, they shall every one turn to his own people and flee away unto his own land. And that's what's going to happen. As this place continues to collapse, you're going to witness all these heathen nations go back and be joined with their own people. They're going to flock to their own kind, man. Just watch. Because before the great destruction happens, a great collapse is going to come. The dollar is going to be deemed useless. You see, and you're going to have the heathen nations flee this motherfucker, man. They're not going to want anything to do with the land of America. Verse 15 says what? Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. And you're going to have a lot of our sellout ass people, you see, trying to be joined hand in hand with the enemy, which is Esau, and you're going to be destroyed right along with your master, man. You're going to suffer his fate since you love oppression and stay thereon. You're going to be destroyed right along with Esau here in the land of America since you don't want to depart. You see, verse 16. Now I'm talking to you, the majority of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans here in this land. It says, 16, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. This is what's coming, man. These are going to be judgments brought upon you from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Look at that. Ravish, seize or carry off someone by force. Of a man rape a woman. This is what's coming. And like I said, before the destruction happens, you're gonna have all hell breaking loose out here. It's gonna become completely lawless here in the land of America, man. This golden city is gonna become a third world country. You see, anarchy and lawlessness is gonna be widespread. Ain't gonna be no dialing the fucking emergency hotline and calling 911 for help. Ain't gonna be no more of that shit when it finally collapses. It's gonna be on some Book of Eli type shit, some Mad Max type shit out here in the land of America, man. And a lot of you women are gonna be preyed upon. Not making that up. That's what the scriptures say. But it goes on to say, verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. And that's talking about the Russians being risen up against this place, and we already see this taking place. You see how America and Russia are at odds, man, and that tension is just gonna continue to build until what? Russia pushes the button, because they are gonna spearhead the destruction of the land of America, right along with America's allies, man. Because even America's allies is gonna turn upon this place. It tells you in the book of Isaiah, Revelation 17, that what? Yup, verse Revelation 17 and 15. Matter of fact, let's show you real quick. The doom. Oh man, the doom of Babylon, and this is talking about America. It's not talking about ancient Babylon because ancient Babylon didn't suffer this. You see, ancient Babylon went down by a fucking primitive strike. You see, drunk off the king's meat and wine, and that lackadaisical spirit, and they got overtaken. They weren't burned by way of fire, as this prophecy tells us. So this is talking about somewhere else. It's talking about America, man. Revelation 17 and 1, it says, "And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters." That great whore represents Babylon the Great. You see? Verse 2 says what? "With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been drunk with the wine of her fornication," have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. All these nations are in bed with America by way of that US dollar, that petrodollar, and the wicked doctrines and philosophies of America have been propagated all throughout the earth. And this is why you see just madness everywhere, man. You got women in India, you see, who support feminists, man, who try to practice feminism. That shit stems from America, man. Over there with the rainbow flag, America propagates that all over the earth. That's the wine that these nations are drinking of, man. The wine of America has reached the furthest ends of the earth. You see, so I want to jump down. It says what? Verse 16, it said, no, verse 15. "And he saith unto me, The waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues." Going into what do they call America? The melting pot. You can find every culture of people here. You see? Every culture. Because everyone leaves their homeland to come to America to live that American dream, right? So that's what this is talking about. And also, another way this is fulfilled, because you have American embassies all throughout the planet. You have American military bases all throughout this earth. You see? It was the same way when the Roman Empire was in power. And this is the revised Roman Empire. They're doing the same thing they were doing when they were calling themselves the Romans, man. Got their garrisons in everyone else's land trying to dictate and control how these other nations live and move and maneuver, man. But what's going to happen? Verse 16 says what? "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast," the 10 horns represents the EU, the European Union. "These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall burn her flesh, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." You see that? This is not talking about ancient Babylon, man, because ancient Babylon didn't go out by way of destruction by fire, man. That's the fate that was set aside for the land of America. You see? Verse 17 says what? "And the Most High have put into their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree." And what's the Most High's will? To destroy this land, man, to destroy this place. This is the lake of fire that you read about in the book of Revelation. We're just in it before it's ignited by way of that fire. That's what the Most High is putting into the hearts of these nations, man. That's why you see so many tensions between all the nations in the earth. Because it's gonna lead up to World War III, man. And we just read in Isaiah 9 and 5 that what? This shall be a burning and fuel of fire. You see? So Revelation 17 and 17 says what? "And the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is the great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth." And what city is that? It's the city or land known as America, man. You see? This place is going to be burned with fire. Best believe it. So going back to Isaiah 13 and 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver. And as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children, because what? Those missiles are going to destroy indiscriminately, man. They're not going to give a damn if you're a man, woman, or child. If you're here on this soil, you're going to be engulfed in fire right along with this land. If you're not a part of the remnant, you're going to be left here, man. The Most High don't give a damn about no age. It tells you the Most High is not a respecter of persons, man. You think it wasn't children during the time of the flood? You think it wasn't pregnant women out there during the time of the flood, or even women giving labor during the time of the flood? You don't think it was toddlers on the earth then? Newborns then? Yes, they were. And guess what? The Most High flooded them all out. It's about to be the same thing taking place here in the land of America. In the midst of all this chaos, man, woman, and child are going to be destroyed. And when the destruction finally arrives, guess what? The men, women, and children who are here are going to be burned to a crisp. You see? And melted. Verse 19 tells us what? And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, how did the Most High overthrow Sodom and Gomorrah? By way of fire and brimstone. Why? For the wickedness that was taking place in that land. And America has gone and done even worse than Sodom and Gomorrah ever did, man. This place is the worst kingdom to ever be established in the earth. And that's why it's going to receive the greatest judgment the world has ever seen. To be made an example of, man. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah before. Verse 20 says what? It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Now, that's how we know this is not talking about ancient Babylon, because ancient Babylon is modern day Iraq. That land is still inhabited. They were just planning the goddamn World Cup. You see? Last year. Or whenever the World Cup took place. The prophecy says the land, Babylon the Great, shall not be inhabited, man. This is what's coming to America. That's why the Most High said, he was going to leave this land desolate. If this is talking about ancient Babylon, no one should be living there. That should be a barren wasteland, but it's not. Iraq, if I ain't mistaken, Iraq got to see the fucking United Nations, if I ain't mistaken. That's not supposed to be a thing if this prophecy took place during ancient Babylon. They're there because that was not where the final destruction was ordained to take place. It's talking about somewhere else. And that somewhere else is the land of America, man. This is what it is. No matter how much you try to deny it, how much you don't want to believe it, you see, this is what it is. So it says what? It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. No more setting up shop here. No more of you heathen nations setting up your ramen shops and your fucking gyro stores and whatever you got going on over here. That's all going to be a thing of the past once this fire comes. You see? But we're going to show you what this land is going to be used for once it finishes burning. Verse 21. Wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. And owls shall dwell there, and sages shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. This is what it is. America is going to become a cage. Ooh, what it tells you in Revelation 18? Revelation 18 and 2. And he cried mightily with it. Matter of fact, verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted in his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. This is what America is going to be used for. No human will ever live in this land again once it's destroyed. You see? So I'm going to get a couple more, man, and I'm going to wrap it up. Because this destruction is talked about all throughout the scriptures. Oh, man. What is it? I think it's Zechariah 14. So this is Zechariah 14 and 12. It says what? And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. You hear that? What does that sound like? Sound like you're being melted to me. How is that going to be done? By way of nuclear fire. If you want an illustration of that, go watch Terminator 2, man. When Sarah Connor got her ass burned up in that nuclear destruction. That's the same fate that awaits you people here in the land of America. Now, you're going to have nukes hit other places in the earth, but the land of America is going to be completely destroyed and engulfed in fire. So will the land of Israel. But the difference is the land of Israel is going to be rejuvenated according to prophecy, and America will never be inhabited again. But this is the fate that awaits all of you people who are fighting against the men of the Lord, especially here in the land of America, man. You see? You're going to be melted. You see? Let's get this one and I'll wrap it up on this, man. Second Peter 3 and 10, it says, a new heaven and a new earth. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. She's going to come unawares because no one outside of the remnant is watching, man. These people are not considering what we're saying. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. You see? They're not looking for the Messiah to return. So when he returns, it's going to catch them off guard. It says what? And the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. Why? Because there's the sound of those missiles going off as they hit the planet Earth. You see? And it says what? And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Now, what that's saying is what the elements are going to be melted with fervent heat. Everything that exists on this earth is made up of elements, and that includes your flesh. And that backs up what we just read in Zechariah chapter 12, or 14 if I ain't mistaken. Was it 14? Yeah. About what? Your eyes melting away in your holes, your tongues melting away in your mouth. That's the elements being melted with fervent heat by way of that nuclear fire. Now, when it says the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up, it's not talking about the entire earth. Because as the Most High told you, he created the earth shall abide forever. The earth will never be destroyed. All this talk about asteroid is going to hit the earth. And man, the earth is going to be here forever. Because it also tells you that the Most High made the earth to be inhabited. Go and look those scriptures up. Read it for yourself. You see? The portion of the earth that's going to be burned with fire is America. That's what's going to be burned up. That's the fate that awaits. Verse 11 says what? Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness, man? Exactly. If we know this coming, we got to conduct ourselves in a way that's pleasing to the Most High. Now, you're going to be perfect in that? No. But the point is to try to put forth an effort, man, and to continue to hope for Yahweh Shai to come and change us, to make us as he is, to bring us into that righteous state of being what? Completely perfect, never going off again, never sinning again. You see? We're supposed to be in the spirit of hoping and hastening to flee from these times, man. Hoping and hastening for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to do his will on the earth, man. We ain't trying to put it off. You see, we ain't trying to duck these prophecies. We want it to come, man, so we can get the fuck up out of here. So we can finally be what the Most High created us to be, man. His sons. But we want to do it in righteousness, completely perfect. And that's what it's going to be. You see? So it says what? Verse 12. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, when the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat by way of what? Nuclear destruction in the form of 200 million thermonuclear warheads, man. You see? And that will be the Great Cataclysm, man. According to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Hey, so with that, I'm going to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah has created us to do. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Babal.